Welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So right now we're going to be doing a ClairTarot reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross swatches. But to be honest, if you have nothing Piscean in your chart and you're not cross watching, get some truth bombs. So let's get started. Okay, first off, okay, just don't. My hands are literally pink. Just don't worry about it. My hands are literally pink, okay? You're not tripping. It's not something with your phone. It's what happens when I get creative and don't wear gloves. So, yeah. All right. I asked the collective energy of Pisces and I asked Soul what this reading was going to be about. And what I got was that they are craving you. So for the most part, that would probably be seen or interpreted as, oh my God, they want me. It could be a negative too. Okay. It could be like obsessive, stalkerish, almost like bordering abusing your energy, to be honest. That's kind of where it's going. Let's get the cards ready. All right. Very interesting. Very interesting. So if you already know who this is that's craving you, this is a very, it's like some kind of uncomfortable undertones to this. Sorry, my window's open. There's some very uncomfortable undertones to this reading. Ooh-wee. I don't know that I like this energy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me just stop. Let me just read normally. Oh, I lost my shuffle this deck. All right. Oh man, it looks like Pisces is going through some pretty intense challenges, probably this week into the next week. For some of us, based on what the cards are looking like, these challenges might even be like life-shattering, life-altering type of changes. There is a very real possibility of feeling very destroyed, feeling very distraught. Ooh, yikes. Oh my gosh, these cards are making me feel some kind of way. Oh, I have a new deck that arrived. I don't even know what deck it is. I ordered a ton of cards. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Pisces, we have to stop with these cycles. I think the only reason that I don't go through as many and as intense a cycle as the next person is that I have a large amount of Capricorn energy. So the Capricorn totally negates my Piscean, like, oh my gosh. My Capricorn energy is very, and I'm saying this is my energy, not speaking for the totality of Capricorn, but my Capricorn energy is very asshole-ish. It's very asshole-ish. And so I don't really have a problem. Once you get me to a certain point, I don't have a problem just laying it out for you. Like, look, you took it too fucking far. So, yes, there's a very weird energy to the air. Very, very weird. And I know that YouTube is actively restricting my reach. I know that YouTube is actively preventing people from getting notifications. Sorry, guys, there's not much I can do about that. But yeah, very weird energy. It's like an attempt to block you from receiving whatever messages you're supposed to have. Oh, okay. Okay, well, no. This is my very first time ever opening this deck. I don't even know what the cards look like. That just felt weird, so I'm reshuffling. Okay. I'm going to leave this out of it for now. That needs to clear itself. So let's just get started. All right. Pisces. This card, I don't know why, but for some reason, the message that I get is your heart is being taken advantage of. Your heart is being your heart. This would be the being, and look at her face. It's almost like a message of, it's okay. We'll get through this. We have enough strength and we have enough magic. We will get through this. And so you have to really allow yourself to take that in. This also shows me that there's a lot of new growth, okay? You're going through a period of priming for new beginnings. And sometimes when you go through a period of priming, what ends up happening is it seems like a lot of chaos and destruction all around you in your personal life, your professional life, romantic life, family life. It's just all kinds of chaotic, sometimes destructive energies, okay? Because we're clearing away, we're breaking down and clearing away the things that no longer serve. Whether that's the loss of a job, the loss of a relationship, the loss of a home. I mean, these are not fun things. They're absolutely not fun things. You can't just experience this type of hardship and be like, oh, it's okay. It's part of my soul growth. It's important that you remember that and remind yourself this is a part of my soul growth. I will get through this. But it's also important for you to not ignore what your experience is making you feel. Now is not a time for you to tell yourself to be quiet, to tell yourself you don't have permission to cry, to feel sad, to feel frantic, to feel afraid, to feel weak. There's nothing weak about allowing yourself to feel these things. Now, the key is in not staying there for too long. But Pisces, with all of the upheaval, all of the crazy energy going around, the feeling that I get is, first, because I do this too, we are ignoring what is actually going on. We need to really allow ourselves to face the circumstance head on. Secondly, do not be afraid to be afraid. There is nothing wrong with being afraid. That's a very real human experience, a real human emotion. That is why you're here, to feel. So allow yourself to feel and let those feelings guide you to the very conclusions that your intuition is telling you has to be, okay? So for some, your intuition is telling you it's time to end something. Well, it's definitely going to be a process. It's definitely going to challenge you, and you're definitely going to get through it, stronger than ever on the other side, okay? Card number 2, inner trust. There's so much happening right now to try and disturb our ability to connect with our higher self, to trust ourselves, to allow ourselves to really just flow with the current of our higher life, higher existence. Flowing with your higher existence means allowing yourself to be fully present in your journey, fully experiencing whatever it is that's going on. Fully experiencing does not mean enabling or excusing people's abusive behaviors towards you, okay? It's a very strong message that this has to do with our, it's almost like a willingness. Sometimes it's a subconscious willingness. Sometimes we're fully aware that we keep excusing things, and it's like we're just trying our best to create an environment. If another person is involved, we're trying our best to create an environment that will hopefully, crossing fingers, say a little prayer, bring the person to their potentiality. But Pisces, regardless of how much potential you see in a person, you have no say in whether they will utilize that potential, whether they will allow themselves to acknowledge the presence of that potential and tap into that potential. So really, there's nothing you can do. The only thing that you can actually do is make sure you are grounded in your truth, you are centered in your existence, and that you keep your head high and your emotions are allowed to guide you, not take control. Okay? There's a huge difference between being so emotional that it just takes over, and now you're not thinking rationally. You're not allowing yourself to sit for a moment and make sure that the next action that you're deciding to have to do is appropriate for you. The emotions are supposed to be felt, but they're not supposed to be allowed to take over. So card number 2, Moon, Soul. What I'm getting from this is that a lot of things that have been hidden are going to be rising back up. A lot of the things, the person that you are, that you keep hidden from all of society, it's going to rise back up. You can't keep the truth hidden for too long. Oh, okay. All things must come to the soul from its roots, from where it's planted. Excuse me. This card is all about mystery. What does your gut say? This card is all about feeling and hidden messages. It's about intuition and self-protection. The moon represents what's felt instinctively and what's at the core of our emotions. It shows the intimate side of who we are. This is important. The moon represents security, the home we grew up in, and the need to hide away and recoup our energies. The moon also shows how we respond emotionally and what we feel most deeply. It's who we are in secret. Allow yourself to shine. This card indicates fluctuations in your life. The moon is a side we keep concealed. You may have trouble controlling your emotions, and you may want to do things that are safe. You are very sensitive, and you must gauge any feelings before entering a room or being with people you don't know. When this card turns up in a reading, it's not all as it seems because something is being obscured. You may feel you've lost your direction or that you don't have all of the information to go forward. Pisces, there is some shit going on. There's an attempt to breach Pisceans, to affect the trajectory of Pisces, because of the fact that there has been messages for the past how many readings, there have been messages basically saying Pisces is going to help lead humanity out of this shit show that's been started. Okay, we're in the middle of a shit show, and Pisces, through their attempt to heal themselves, will help encourage other people to get out of that shit show. Okay, so what do? If you don't want to lose control, you want to continue to be able to control large amounts of people. There's a group that has the power, the influence, the ability to encourage other people to leave that toxicity. What do? You attack them. So now I'm getting this, like, it's a set of, I think, like 3 or 4 beings. I like to refer to it as Liar B. Liarb. 4 beings. You don't have all of the information to go forward. There is much you are sensing, but you may be hesitant to act. It may look as if it's difficult to cut through the fog to get to the real truth of any situation. Now, one of the beings that's part of this group of 4 loves to utilize substances. Now, this is not me being judgmental or condemning or anything negative, okay? I know quite a few people who are addicts. I have so much love for them. I understand the root of addiction. This is not about addiction. This is about specific substances, in particular, meth and coke. I've never done them. I don't know really how they make you feel or any of that. But those two things are very, very much used by some of these beings in the group of four. Okay. Those two things serve as major entry points. Pisces, if you're already having issues with someone and they are, say it's a relationship or whatever, and they are using one of those two specific substances, watch out. Like, I cannot emphasize this enough. Watch out. That's the major message that I'm getting here. I don't, if you've watched any amount of my videos, I typically don't tap into things like that. This is a very specific message. So be careful with that. Okay. Be very, very careful with that. Those two substances are often used by these beings to escalate an individual's tendency to become physically violent. Okay. Mentally, emotionally abusive, and physically violent. These two beings, there are two beings in this group of four that use these two particular substances to really, really encourage domestic abuse, like severe types of domestic abuse. Be careful. If you're a Pisces and you're dealing with someone who uses those substances, and you can tell if they've been taken over by, it's not the person you love anymore. Something else is there, and you're probably very afraid. Something else has come in. Okay. So just be careful with that. Substance abuse issues may touch your life, not you necessarily, but certain energies or persons surrounding you. So this has to do with the moon card. Someone's emotional clinginess may be an issue. After all, the moon tells us to hang on, oftentimes after we should have released things from our lives or just given up. But no, the moon chimes in. Hang in there. You'll win sooner or later. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a manipulation, because of the fact that you have to just accept people as they are, where they are in their journey, because if not, that's not real love. Okay. If you can't stand that they're doing the things that they're doing, then you probably shouldn't be in that relationship. You don't stay in a relationship hoping and praying that you can change them. They are who they are until they are ready to change. Not just telling you that they'll change, that they want to change, until they are actually ready and willing to change themselves. There is nothing anyone is going to say or do to help them understand how their behaviors are affecting the people around them. So the moon card is about deception. Things are cloudy right now. Oh, I've never seen this part. It's a good time to open your mind to visions, as well as appreciating women's wisdom and intuition, finding your feminine side, and bringing out your visions and talent in a more public way. Someone from your past is about to re-enter your life. Oh, God. Oh, God. Let's just leave that there. So card number 26, protection. Set personal boundaries. You have to have a very specific idea of what you will not tolerate and make no exceptions about it. They crave you. They crave your energy. That's what the title is. And it's this sense of a very, now that I'm seeing the cards, a very unhealthy addiction to you, feeding off of you, feeding off of your misery. Maybe there's some sort, and I'm not trying to say anyone's a bad person. Okay. I'm not saying whoever's doing this is a bad person. What I'm saying is there's a very real interference right now, a very, very real interference. And we are not going to use this interference as an excuse to further allow the behavior. You need this information to understand that you are not going to change them. So long as they're being inhabited, influenced by whatever, by liar B, you're not going to change that. Okay. You are not going to change that. That is such a high level type of parasitic issue. That's full on demonic. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm being very honest. That is full on demonic. I can extract anything. Okay. This type of thing, that's going to take you about 3-4 sessions to extract. One of those beings alone, maybe 1 or 2 sessions. All 4 together, that's a pretty fucked circumstance. Something just popped. See what I'm saying? That's a pretty elevated level of crazy fuckery. Crazy level fuckery. So these cards are so intense. Body, mind. Look at that. It's almost like something else, something bigger than you or the person is infusing its intention, infusing behavioral suggestions, thoughts that further increase this like addictive nature. Yeah, I don't know, that's good. I don't think that's good. Like, look at that. And it's, I mean, looking at this, it's like this sense of we're going to use, but I love them as an excuse. If you love someone, you'll help them grow themselves. And sometimes the most helpful way to grow someone is to remove your presence. If your presence is enabling and perpetuating the circumstance, then you need to remove your presence, okay? And only you can decide if that's what's necessary. Now, it's not to say that it's your fault. You're the one creating this. No. Sometimes what's necessary is for a Pisces to stick around and continue to feed that beast. And that beast will continue to utilize that person as a Trojan to access and feed off of you. And that's definitely, that should not be allowed. Okay, that should not be allowed. This is not something you need to be scared of. This is something, if this is resonating, it's something you need to be aware of. Okay, so for some of us, some of the Pisceans, this might present as something else, not as a romantic relationship that's very tumultuous. This might present as little blips, like little conversations you have with someone, memories of certain things coming back, just triggering, some form of triggering, trying to get you back to a place that will ignite that PTSD, because we all have varying degrees of PTSD. If we're really going to be honest, we all have varying degrees of it. None of us have had a perfect life. Every single one of us have had some form of trauma. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care what kind of car you drive, what school you go to, how many degrees you have. None of that is even taken into consideration, because every single last one of us has had trauma. Every single last one of us. And so I think what's going on is it's almost like an attempt to reactivate some sort of trauma bond. Maybe you've bonded with someone through a sharing of similar traumas, and that, I mean, eventually trauma bonds will implode on itself. Eventually, it doesn't have the type of stability and ability or willingness to truly heal for that to become a long-term healthy connection. So it's like something is really, really trying to derail Piscean's progress. It's trying to derail your returning sense of self, your returning sense of empowerment, all of that. I'm kind of not sure why. Michael says, I know why. Well, if I knew why, I would say why. Don't tell me that kind of hoopla. So that 2 and 2. There's a lot of shady shit going on, Pisces. There's a lot of hidden things. And with things being hidden, things being distorted, you're not going to know what's actually going on. With your logical mind, you're not going to know. Okay? You're going to keep questioning. You're going to keep doubting. It's going to be an ugly cycle of, well, am I just being dramatic? Is this my fault? Did I start this? Well, use your intuition. Trust yourself. What is it that you feel? What have you been feeling? Have you been feeling that shady stuff is going on, that they're lying to you, that you're lying to yourself? What is it? And this is a very difficult thing to work through, because even myself, as much as my intuition is so developed when it comes to reading for myself. It's always like, I don't know, am I just tripping? I don't really think, no, that can't be. Oh, hell yeah, it can be. Oh, hell yeah, it can be. And so that's something you have to really take into consideration. Hell yeah, your intuition can be right. Or your intuition is being used to further manipulate you. You're being fed false things. So you have to trust yourself. Does this guidance seem like it's from you? Or does it seem like this is just some crazy cockamamie-ass idea that just suddenly popped in your head? If it's the latter, question it. Question it real good. Question it from top to bottom, inside out, and see where you land with that, okay? Card number 8, be the hunter, not the hunted. It's time for you to allow yourself to receive guidance, receive support, receive love, receive understanding. Sometimes, Pisces, it's so difficult for us, especially if we love someone that's hurting us. It's so difficult for us to just accept, like, you know what, other people see it. Yeah, they see it. I'm not being treated right. I'm being treated very poorly. But what ends up happening when people who love us try and give us a little bit of clarity based on what they're witnessing, and it's a huge difference if they're witnessing things versus they're just kind of speaking out their ass and just like, hey, I think, why do you think that? "Oh, I don't know. I just kind of felt like saying it." No, that's not the same thing as I saw something happen between you and someone else, and I'm concerned. I'm not sure if you're actually seeing what's going on. And when people do that, where they actually do know what's going on, I don't know why, Pisces, we have a high tendency to be like, no, it's not that bad. No, they just, I upset them. No, they're going through something. No, they're stressed out. What about you, Pisces? What about you? What are you going through? What are you going through that you keep very, very quiet? That you keep very hidden? What is it? And you don't have to tell anyone else, but you do have to be honest with yourself. So allow yourself to receive that support, that love, that safe space where you can just breathe for a moment. Because I notice when Pisces goes through something very intense, we have a habit of holding our breath and we don't even notice. We have a habit of breathing very shallow and we don't even notice. We have a habit of being really tight and we don't even notice. And maybe the people who love us, the people who are watching out for us, who are just quietly observing and have kept their mouth shut, by the time they say something to you, Pisces, there's a problem. There's a problem. And you have to just listen. Allow yourself to listen. And I almost feel like whatever it is they say, it's a reiteration of what your intuition's already been telling you. It's a reiteration. And it's like you couldn't believe it on your own. So your soul said, hey, person who loves the Pisces, tell them this too. Tell them this. And maybe they'll begin to understand they're being guided. Allow yourself to be guided by yourself. Allow yourself to receive messages from your soul. Allow yourself to be able to see when you're being shown guidance, when you're being shown signs, to confirm, to validate, all of these things, okay? Let's see. Card number 49, Jupiter return, benefits. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. A Jupiter return occurs every 12 years. This marks the time the largest and most expansive of planets returns to original place of when you were born. So it's almost like this message of you've gotten way bigger than what you thought you would ever get. And because of your disbelief in yourself, not saying it's your fault, but just trying to help you understand, because of your disbelief in yourself, what's occurred is you've grown in ways, you've expanded in ways that are not balanced. And now it's time to deflate you and get you recentered. Okay? It's like trying to fill a flat tire with air when the tire is not mounted properly. That's not going to work. That's not a safe way to travel. Okay. Let's see. This card indicates a period when doors are open to you and obstacles are lifted. Oh, damn. I totally got this visual of when I read a period when doors are open to you. Oh, your cage is being opened, Pisces. This is such an intense, intense reading. It suggests you will soon be entering a time when you encounter less resistance and life should flow much easier. This card is the green light. It's time to go ahead. All paths are clearing. Let's see. Something very good is about to emerge from the debris of the past. There we go again with the whole past thing. It could be a thing you felt you lost or something that did not work out exactly as you hoped. It may even be a plan you've forgotten about that once again comes into your life to make some remarkable changes and advances. Y'all can interpret that however you want. Just don't tell me the T word. Let's see. It's time to take a broader reach and show gratitude. See the possibilities, trust in your fortune, and give thanks for your abundance. Making light of a situation and realizing it's not as bad as it seems is the best approach. In fact, something will be rescued from the darkness. Oh my gosh. New experiences trigger a desire for travel and inner development. Communications with angels and higher spirits are more possible now. Relax, let go, and allow things to unfold. Be wise and pay attention. Don't take your eyes off the prize. Let's see. Ooh, it's time to put laziness aside and buckle down for some dramatic changes, mostly positive. Don't back away from this change. Proceed from the dream in an outward way. Where love and romance takes on a sweetness, a sense of freedom, where you can be who you are with the addition of acceptance and generosity. Okay. Love others with grace and patience. Know that generosity is its own reward. Keep the expansive energy of Jupiter flowing, but with discernment. And in answer to your question, yes, but only if you are wise in your choices. So if you're asking a question, if you have a question that's been weighing heavily on your thoughts, the answer is yes, but use discernment, okay? Yeah. This relates to the Chariot card, okay? Card number 22, honor your mystical creative force. You are being given the green light to create an existence that you thrive in. It's no longer enough to survive. It's no longer enough to get through day to day. What's necessary now is for you to allow yourself to expand, to rise, to go much deeper into your truth than you ever have. And you won't be able to do that if you're too busy trying to cater to another person's very unrealistic demands. Okay, it's not even needs. These are demands that I'm feeling. Okay, masculine and feminine. This is just like a fiery energy. It's almost like Pisces is going through a baptism by fire. It's just tossing you into the deep end of things. And usually, you know, Pisces doesn't have a problem getting real deep, okay? For the most part, what I notice about Pisces is that we have a tendency to try and force ourselves to stay in a much more shallow, lighter energy than we really are, because it makes people uncomfortable. When Pisces allows ourselves to go very deep, because we don't have to come up for air, it makes people very uncomfortable. Oh my God, why are you being so weird? Oh my God, why are you so intense? Because this is me. You ask why I keep laughing? Because you can't handle when I stop. Deep shit. Deep shit. And here's the thing. Do you have to take it personal? Do you have to take it personal and be offended because someone is either trying to force you to remain in a more feminine energy or more masculine energy? You can if you feel really offended, but is it worth your while? How can you expect someone to understand the depth of who you are if they can't even get into your waters? You can't. You can't. So if they don't know you, if they don't know the truth of your depth, who cares what they say about your depth? They don't even know what it is. In the words of Chris Brown, how are you going to hate from the outside of the club? You can't even get in. I'm just saying. How are you going to hate from the outside of the club? Because you can't even get in. So card number 32, faith in the process. Pisces, you're being so beat down either by yourself or by the circumstance or by someone in your life. And it's okay if you're too tired, if you feel like you can't make it another step, you can't go any further in your journey, that's fine. You have a spiritual team who will drag you. I'm just saying. There's no injuries. Keep your arms and legs in the cart at all times. They drag you though. It's fine. There's wheels. You're naked in a fucking wagon. You're fine. Your team got you. I'm just saying. Card number 50. Okay. Card number 50. Saturn return, age. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. Boom. Biggest truth. Yeah, no, nothing changes without your permission. Nothing changes within you without your permission. You see people, that's kind of catty. Meow. You see people who never let go of their style from like 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. There's really no, I mean, look at me. I'm still wearing children's clothes. I'm sorry. So this is about really allowing yourself to recognize when things need to be changed and giving yourself permission to change them. Okay. If you're going to wait for someone to give you permission to change yourself, who are you then? Are you really you? How are you going to wait for someone else's permission to change yourself if they don't even understand the gravity of your depth? I mean, I don't know. Saturn is the Lord of karma, shatters all illusions. So whatever fuckery that's been happening in the previous cards, it's about to be shattered. Oh my God, 71% at 413. 7 plus 1 is 8. 4 plus 1 is 3 is 8. 88. This is the reunification of all your parts. It's making me sweaty. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, 3 wise men. The animals in the manger and the pasture. Shit. There is no more getting ready to live your life. It is time to live it and be responsible for your own dreams, goals, and affairs. If you hold on to things with no basis in reality, your suffering will grow and depression may follow. You cannot escape this truth-seeking energy. You must face it. Oh my God, you guys, my life is amazing, but I'm worried for all of you. I get it really, like, it's... and then something just shifted. I'm getting like palpitations because it's making me feel very anxious, like very afraid. I almost feel like vomiting. Y'all, can y'all just calm down? Just breathe with me. Let's just breathe. This energy is so intense. I don't know who it is. It feels like this is coming from a human being, maybe several. Hold up. All right. Let's just do this really quick, okay? Because if not, I might shit my pants. I wish I was joking. This is intense and I need chill. So just breathe. I'm good. I just needed that for a second. That was intense. That was intense. All right. So when this card is drawn, it will feel as if nothing goes right for you and you may feel very discouraged. Just as it seems things are progressing, there are obstacles. What this truly is Saturn showing you a part of your life that may not have been based upon anything real. It may have outlived its purpose, or perhaps you've misjudged the situation, thinking it better than it was. In truth, and Saturn is the planet of truth, Saturn returns are all about correction. Saturn corrects any area which isn't based on reality. It might be romance, business deals, educational paths, partnerships, or marriage. This card is pointing something out to you that may not have been genuine in the first place, and that should probably be let go. Whatever is shaking your life won't last and probably isn't meant to. If this card is drawn, you will not be given a pass, and the matter in question will not progress as easily as you might want it to, but more positively. This marks a time when things are solidified. Whatever you accomplish currently will have permanence to it. You will have worked harder and your hard work will pay off, gradually growing more successful over time. It's like, so I was listening to this one trainer, sports medicine person, and he was telling his client that if you do steroids, which I've never, if you do steroids, yeah, you'll get massive gains, but that's unnatural. Whatever you earn working out naturally, gaining it naturally, you keep that. Once you cycle off of the steroids, all of that gain is gone because it's unnatural. Your body can't sustain it. So just like with spiritual growth, you put the work into it. That work is painful. It's challenging, but what you do, you keep. It doesn't just suddenly get taken away from you the moment you stop agreeing, the moment you stop being the Pisces that you are, saying yes to everything, overgiving, overdoing, over martyring, all of that. So you just have to make sure, invest in yourself. Invest. Ooh, I heard invest in your freedom. That makes me so sad. Mm. Mm. That's like putting a killer whale in a swimming pool. Free Willy. Free Willy. Seriously, hashtag that shit. Free Willy. Stop allowing yourself to be put in a swimming pool. Your fin is flopping over. Like, I can't allow myself to stay in this. I will cry the shit out of myself if I just keep free fucking Willy. Hashtag it. This is so sad. Okay. Girl, you ain't even Willy. Why are you about to cry? Just stop. Just stop. Okay. But no penis. I have a spiritual penis. Okay, let me stop. Okay. Stop, girl. Stop. Stop fucking around. Focus on what the message is. Okay. Card number 17, Minimus, commune with source. It's time for you to walk from synthetic and replug into authentic. Okay? Synthetic is no longer going to work. It's no longer going to be okay for you to survive. All right? That's it. No more of that. No more of that. So let's get some other cards. Let's see if you guys can really make me cry. No. Oh, well, let's see what this says. Well, shit. Okay. What is this bullshit? I don't think I like this deck. Okay, hold up. I need one more card to make sense of this. I think it was the Pisces in me that felt like I needed this stupid deck. Romance Angels. Okay, girl. Doreen Virtue, what is up with this deck? Hold up. Oh my god. It's hella cards. Okay. Woo, okay. Oh God. This is hella cards. Okay, here it is. Here, I will just, okay, however the order, I don't even, this is my first time touching this deck. I'm not sure if I should have. All right. Past life relationship. You've known each other before. So whatever's going on, whoever is challenging you, this is a part of a karmic contract that is coming to its conclusion. Y'all, nobody write the T word in the comments. I swear to God. Not even the letters T or F. So as I was saying, this is some karmic shit that's playing out. It might be that it just needs closure, or it might mean that someone's coming back. For what? I don't know. I don't know. All right. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith. I think for those that are going through like a huge shift where it's like, I'm never going to have a healthy type of the aquatic beef. You got beef with me? Trying to be cute? I can tell you right now that you're not. And Michael is telling me to let go of control issues. That's you right there. That's me. That's the angels looking at you like, oh, she gonna fuck your ass up. Notice how I'm getting all excited. I'm joking. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So it's a sense of like, maybe there's a part of you that's focusing on the negatives and therefore attracting more negative. Not to say that it's your fault. 64% at 6 times. I'm fucking confused now. You need one more emoji up in there, aquatic beef. This one. To pray that her ass took her medication today so she can, one time, totally off topic, I went to go pick up my nephew from school and he had talked to me about how he had conflict with another kid in school. And I told him, he was like, I don't know, 4th grade or something. I told him, nephew, you tell that little fucker, auntie cannot afford her medication, so you better watch the fuck out. And he was like, I can't say that, auntie. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I will go to the school and I will back that up for you. I will co-sign that check, nephew. He was just like, okay, auntie. Yes. So let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. There's a separation that's needing to take place. It's almost like a lack of alignment, a lack of appreciation, a lack of minimal, basic type of understanding. It's almost like there is someone in your life who just doesn't give a shit. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't like how he looks. He's like a little too flamboyant in his assholery. That's like a flamboyant asshole. Like, I don't like that energy. All right. So this involves marriage. This situation involves marriage. It can involve really be corrected, rebalanced. Okay. These cards are so bullshit. These cards are so bullshit. I don't know. It's Capricorn in me. That's like, Pisces, what the fuck did you order? It's such a waste of like $2. I don't know how much I paid for these cards, but I got them off Wish. So yeah. It's a donation for other nations. Okay. Worth waiting for. Y'all, I don't even have a way to like bullshit. I call bullshit. These cards are bullshit. You deserve love. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You are lovable. You absolutely are lovable. And it's time for you to love yourself. Okay. Francesca, what else would you like to say? Woo! It's getting real live up in the comments. Man, I should just stop talking and read what y'all are writing. What else? What about the big toe? Ooh, wee! Oh, our Wi-Fi sucks, big toe. It's country ass Wi-Fi. It's fine. Fine. All right. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This is super important, Pisces. This is super, super. There was just a hummingbird. That was so sweet. Super important. Super important. Let's go ahead and do the final cards. Which deck do you want me to pull from, Mikkel? Mista? All right, we're going to tell a story, okay? We're going to tell a story. Make it a good one. Ooh, oh. I don't know that it's a good one. You guys didn't focus enough. You guys did not focus enough. All right. So this is going to be a ClairTarot, not a traditional tarot reading. Okay. Woo! They done fucked up. And they know it too. They done fucked up. That's good, you know. It's good, you know. I'd say it's very good that you know. Because I would have to hate to tell your ass what you should already know, which is you fucked up. Not you, Pisces. Okay, well, maybe Pisces. I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's see how this goes. All right. I keep saying all right because obviously it's not all right. Obviously. So here goes. What started as a 10 of Cups situation, beautiful bowls of energy just being kind of fluffed around, and you guys are in a rainbow ass, I don't know what that is, hammock, a rainbow hammock, showing that you are cuddled and supported by all of creation. Every color of creation, every ray of being, you're experiencing it. You are experiencing your totality while you're connecting with someone. It's almost like a childhood connection where this is someone that you've known previously. Because remember, let me find the bullshit card. Past life connection, past life relationship. If you rip my dress, we're going to have a big fucking problem. Because her dress is fabulous. I love that. I love that. Her dress is fabulous. Nice color and everything. I'm just saying. I hope that has like internal support. But anyways, and then you get to this point where as you guys mature, the bowls tend to empty. Okay? Because what's been happening is you guys have been feeding off of that honeymoon phase instead of using that honeymoon phase to instead begin planting seeds to further grow your love, to further grow your connection. You fell into the trap of falling in love instead of growing in love. That's important. When you grow in love, you continuously replenish the bowl. You don't get to this point years later and the bowls are empty. This is why most connections end, because instead of working together to grow an even deeper connection, we just don't think about it. So here it is. You might find yourself alone at this point, and it doesn't look like any sadness to me. It looks like realizations are coming to you. It looks like a pathway to a set of stairs leading to higher consciousness is now being presented to you. So you can either walk up those stairs, or you can definitely choose to be like, fuck the stairs, I'm a fish. Okay, try swimming up there. That's probably why he's laughing. Fucking crazy. You're gonna swim up there? Yeah, I don't know, do whatever you want. But here's the thing, 8 of Wands, it's like a reunification of all of your parts, calling back all of your power, calling back all of your magic, calling back all of the amazing, amazing things. Like pink ass hands. I cannot believe this shit. Call it all back. Call it all back. Do something with your hands, Pisces. Create something with your hands. Make it so that you are infusing all of this energy into whatever you're making. Because I think what's happening right now is Pisces has been storing up their energy for so long, trying to fit in, trying to be accepted, trying to not shine so bright that whoever you're now having conflict with is going to feel uncomfortable in their mediocrity. So what you need to do now is expend that energy in some way. You can use your hands to build something, to write something, to lift weights, to slap the shit out of a motherfucker. Whatever. I'm not endorsing violence. I was fucking around. I was joking. You're not to slap anyone. My hands are not pink from slapping. Okay. So once you get to this and you get to the point where you've used up all of the excess energy, you're going to enter into a very regal, very royal phase where you're just not going to be bothered. When there's a circumstance needs to be corrected, it will be corrected. Do queens get into this like tiz about like, oh my God? No. I mean, I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Okay. My perception of a queen would be centered, cut their heads off. Fucking peasants, cut their heads off. That's probably how I would be. The peasants are trying to stage some sort of insurrection. Cut their heads off. Cut them off. Start with the hens. Cut off the hens that are doing behaviors that disrespect my crown, and then cut the heads off. Simple. Cut the heads off. I'm not endorsing violence either, though. I don't know. I'm pretty sure my soul used to be violent. Wish I was joking. Just kidding. If it makes you feel better. And then here it is. Here it is. There's you. You've gotten away. You've totally, you're like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And you're gone. And then there they are. They didn't listen to the messages. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to take into consideration your needs. They didn't take into consideration that at some point, Pisces was going to love themselves. That's what you get, bro. That's what you get. Look at you. Now you're all upset. Now you're all discombobulated. Let's see. I kind of want to see what the traditional meaning of this card is. Oh my God. Are those rose petals? Michael, you're too much. You're too much. That's a silly ass detail. So, conquest, defeat, destruction of others, degradation, adversary, revocation, infamy, dishonor, revocate their ass, revoke their ability to access you, no hesitation, no mercy, blood in, blood out, we bound by honor. I'm joking. That's a movie line. I'm not really a gangster. So, Ace of Swords. Hello. You're getting messages from soul. You're getting algorithms. You're being instructed on how you're going to grow. And this is actually the path of soul. The ascension path is not a linear line. It's not. More like a crystic spiral, more commonly known as the negative counterpart Fibonacci sequence. It's the golden ratio, okay? This is you rising and lowering at the same time, tightening in on yourself as you ascend to higher levels of consciousness. And then here you are, like bright ideas. It's time. Look at that. She's using her sword to bridge the gap. Sometimes that sword energy doesn't have to be used in a destructive way. It doesn't necessarily have to be used in the way it was intended. It can be utilized to bridge gaps, okay? If you feel like you have been dropped off in a place that's foreign and you need to get back to who you were, and there's this huge divide in front of you, use your sword to bridge the gap. We now have the High Priestess card. There it is. There it is. Allowing yourself to see the communications of soul, to have the words of spirit on your lips, to speak your truth, to speak your abundance and peace into being, to manifest it. It's time. It's definitely time. This is an energy that speaks of a very high need to communicate. Ooh, there's, hold the phone. Where's my phone? Here we go. Hold on, I need to find the app. Okay, no. Hold on, you guys. Here we go. So that is Manaz. This is the human identity, self-realization, the inner being, soul, and self. So this is a message for you to realize who you actually are. Allow yourself to truly have that individuated experience, to allow your connections with others to ripen into an interdependent versus codependent relationship. The next rune is Laguz, psychic abilities, intuition, flow, emotion, spiritual counseling, life, magic. This is a good luck charm and a love charm in olden days. Perthrow is the next one. Perthrow. Hidden works, mysteries, occult skills, revealing of one's destiny and initiation, precognition, pocket and look. So it's kind of like this message that you're being initiated into higher levels of consciousness without you really understanding or knowing. For some of you, you're being given precognitive information. But if you're not going to recognize that, then I guess. Wunjo. Wunjo is the next one. It's the PP right here. It's the P. Satisfaction, joy, happiness, success, perfection, completion. So when you get to a phase where you realize the depth of your magic, how powerful you actually are in your life, it's complete. The initiation is complete. You then become the farmer. You're the one that is growing things. You are growing an energetic orchard. All these seeds that have been planted into the soils of your energy are growing. It's through your tears. It's through that challenge that causes you to cry. Things that are so heavy that you don't think you'll get through it. Those are the very things that are growing you. Those are the very things that are helping to further grow the orchard within your mind. And what is an orchard? It's not just a group of trees, I tell you that much. An orchard, when taken care of, even sometimes when it's not taken care of, has the ability to grow into trees that will nourish you, nurture you. So an orchard can provide shelter from inclement emotional weather. An orchard also bears fruit. These fruits can sustain you. You don't have to rely on someone else. And that's the thing. We fail to realize that we really don't have to rely on anyone else. We can choose to accept the greatness that we are and move forward in our journey, but many of us don't. For one reason or another, many of us don't. Okay, final card, and then I swear I'm done. All right. Okay. Yeah, it needs balancing. You're not here for an easy ride. You're not here to experience no pain, no challenge. It's cute that you think you deserve that. That's cute. It's not about what you deserve and don't deserve. It's about being realistic. Because sometimes that concept of what you deserve and don't deserve, sometimes it can be used by parasites to really skew your perception of your life. For example, every child deserves a very safe, very loving, very secure, supportive childhood, right? Most people don't get that. Most people do not get that. Some people get a varying version of it, and other people get a really shitty one, okay? And what am I getting at? Well, everything that happens in your childhood shapes you into who you are right now. I had a far from perfect childhood. Far from perfect. And look how I turned out. Everything in perfect measure. My rage and my gentleness in perfect measure. Where circumstance in my childhood that helped to cultivate a softness was juxtaposed to circumstance in my childhood that really gave birth to such ridiculous rage. Put those two together and you have a totality. Learning how to harness both in perfect measure, you have a powerful, powerful existence. I'm not a good person because I had a perfect childhood. I'm a good person because of my childhood, because it gave me the opportunity to understand the ugly and the darkness, as well as the good and the light. And now I know of both, and I know how to harness both. Michael says to protect and to grow. Ooh, the Tao. So Michael kind of like, he half smiled because I said, ooh, the Tao. And as soon as I saw him half smile, I told him he can Tao these nuts. And then he was like, that's fine. Okay, there it is. Card number 38, the Tao. So number 3 is the number of a solid, very sturdy foundation. It's the Trinity, okay? And then you have the number 8, the number of reunification. When you add 3 and 8 together, you have 11, which is the number of divinity. So number 38, the Tao. The Tao is always flowing, always nourishing life into creation, always presenting steps and solutions, and always reminding us that we are perfection in this moment. You are being guided to relax and allow life to flow. Beloved, you are being invited into a more advanced spiritual classroom of the soul. Sometimes we think that more advanced means more effort, and yet in spiritual matters, as we mature, we become more able to stop attempting to control and direct from our more limited perspective, and instead become open to receiving and being directed by higher forces, which include our own divine essence at one with the source of all. This does not mean that we become a loose leaf blown about by the winds of fate. It means rather that we become like bamboo, strong within ourselves and able to move in this direction or that without losing our power. In fact, our flexibility can become part of what makes us a powerful instrument of divine creativity and healing. There are times when the Tao, the mystery of the source endlessly unfolding, calls us strongly to be flexible and to stop fighting against the flow and instead let it move us. It is the difference between trying to swim all the way to shore, not even knowing if we are heading in the right direction, but just thinking we could be. On the other hand, and allowing a cosmic wave to lift us, carry us, and deposit us on the shoreline, and the right shoreline for us, quickly and with grace. What is happening right now is a tsunami of change. It is a massive tsunami. And if you don't know, tsunami is not just the surface water. Oftentimes what needs to happen is waters from the deepest depths are brought up, creating a huge wall of water. This water can be so destructive, so destructive. But in that destruction, you are open to the potentiality of rebuilding, of growth, of building energetic, mental, and emotional structures that are more well-suited for your true purpose in this life. Because many of the emotional and mental structures we have are ones that have been constructed by other people. People who don't really know us. People who've only seen fractals of who we are. Hell, even our family doesn't really know who we are. That's just the nature of Pisces. There's so much to our depths and so much emotion running as the current. Much of the very heavy things that we experience, we allow it to sink to the bottom. And for most of us, our family is not able to go to that depth. They can't hold their breath long enough. Some of us are gifted with an opportunity to have another Pisces to grow up with. 47% at 447. Ooh, it was just 1 hour, 11 minutes and 44 seconds. 111444747. This is all about the self. 4 being the number of self, 7 being the number of completion. 4 plus 7 is 11. Again, being the number of divinity, divine guidance. And so here we are. We're being guided to allow ourselves to raise to the surface the very things that we've been so ashamed of other people knowing. Because for some reason we think the very people who could help us would judge us. They would condemn us, reject us, and abandon us. It tends to not be that way. For some weird ass reason, Pisces has a tendency to trust and expect help from the very people who are the ones betraying you, the one who is abusing you. That's some deep shit. Hi, Jessica. That's some really deep shit. I don't know why I do that. The people who are very genuine in their love of me, who would never hurt me, betray me, sell me out, or any of that, those are the people that I have a tendency to be like, no, I don't want to answer your message. I don't know. And then the people who have the most malicious intent, what's up? I don't know why I do that. I'm learning though. I'm learning to keep everyone away until I learn for myself what the truth of their intention is. So this is about realizing everyone is worthy of love. Just by your existence, you are entitled to love. I'm not talking about cuddling kind of love. I'm talking about just accepting you as you are. Now, although everyone is entitled to love, not everyone is entitled to your trust. Huge difference. You have to pick and choose who is worthy, who deserves to have the kind of trust and loyalty of a Pisces. Pisces, we got some weird ass shit going on because it's very hard to get me to be loyal to someone. But once I'm loyal to you, I don't care what you do. I really don't care what you do. I always got your back. You know, in front of opposition, I got your back. If you're wrong and behind closed doors, what the fuck is your problem? Why are you getting us into this kind of shit? Okay, that's Pisces for you. So let's see. Why should it be so easy, you might wonder? The challenge is not to try and force life to unfold according to our whims, but to grow in trust, wisdom, self-love, and self-worth so that we become capable of surrender. The way is effortless, yet the journey to being able to surrender into the way, not always so effortless. We can make our molehills into mountains unintentionally. And so you are being asked to let go now, to relax and allow life to do what it does, which is flow. Life, the Tao, is more powerful than any apparent obstacle. The Tao flows through all situations and presents natural solutions, no matter how unsolvable those situations may appear to be. It just needs to be allowed to do so. So we are getting to where we need to be, either by swimming and trying to force a specific outcome, or by allowing yourself to be moved by a tsunami. You are going to get to where you need to be, where you're supposed to be. There are no mistakes in life. There is no circumstance that should have been avoided. Whatever could have been avoided and should have been avoided, it would have been avoided. That's just bottom line. Everything that happens to you happens for a reason, and it's your job to figure out what your soul is trying to say in that circumstance. It's so important for us to not get so fixated. I say this so often. Do not get fixated on the messenger. They are simply there to deliver a message, regardless of their intent. They are simply a messenger. Allow yourself to receive the messages from soul and figure out what it means. Allow yourself. It's time for Pisces to heal. They can crave you all they want. They can be as thirsty as they want. That's fine. We got a tsunami. We got a tsunami to break free Willie from his swimming pool. Okay? So, Pisces, here's the theme for the next, I don't know, couple weeks or so. Hashtag Free Willy. Hashtag tsunami, bitches. Those two hashtags. Hashtag Free Willy. Hashtag tsunami, bitches. That's it. That's the message. That's the message. Okay? Right. Make a message. All of you guys, put that out on social media. They're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Hashtag Free Willy. Hashtag tsunami, bitches. Tag me in it. Tag me on Facebook. And at me on Insta. I'd love to see it once I go back to social media. I'm still taking a break. Okay? So thank you guys so much for sharing this space with me. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. I am waiting to pick up my firearm. I'm so excited. Bye, guys.